Welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and older woman, as I am today. I am so glad your guys are here today because this is such an exciting, fresh discussion about some exciting new technology that is coming out of the market, and we're going to learn so much more about it in the years to come. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you will know that in last Sunday's video, I talked about my AHA Halo, which is my frequency scalar device. I love it. It's handheld, it's easy, it is an affordable version of a technology that's been very popular and out there for a long time. And so I asked if we could have the creator of the AHA Halo, John White, join us for this question and answer discussion. I'm very excited to have John with us today. John, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm excited too. I've waited, let's see, 13, 14 years to be on this over 50 show. So here I am. Wow. Yeah. So thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, John, thanks so much for taking the time to do this. I'm really excited. You guys, I know a little bit about this technology. I certainly do not know everything, and I'm going to learn so much today. And I'm really, really thrilled to have John here so we can start asking him questions. This is a magical little unit. And I told my viewers last Sunday when I did the video, I said, if you get one of these, put it on the love frequency, stick it in your purse, and go out and go downtown and shopping and stuff. Everybody's so nice when they're around you.
You've
So
noticed that.
yeah. What can you start in, John, and talk to us about frequency, how frequency can impact health? It's a new technology for a lot of people. We're used to going to the doctor and getting a drug or a surgery or this and that. This takes us in a whole nother direction that I know a lot of people are very familiar with. I'm probably not as familiar, and my viewers might not be. So if you can start from the beginning and let us
Sure.
know what this does and how you got involved in it and why you created it and that sort of thing.
There's a lot of things to pack in. Well, in the very start, I want to just make a disclaimer. I make a lousy salesperson, and what I'm going to tell you today isn't to make more sales. Okay, it's not. I started from the very onset with the drive to help people live happy, healthy lives, which everyone's, should be able to do. Unfortunately, diseases and other conditions get in the way. But from a very early age, I decided that was going to be my life's mission. So I went through the regular training with the universities and learning much more after leaving university, the things they don't teach you. And now I am in the position where I can design both devices and methods of applying these healing frequencies. Okay, what are frequencies? People may be asking. Well, everything is frequencies. I tell you, Kimberly, everything. When you see a color, it's a frequency. So everything you perceive is a frequency, whether it's through your eyes, through your ears, everything. Our atoms are vibrating at a frequency. And all the bugs, all the freeloaders in your body that are making your life miserable and giving you aches and pains that you put down as getting older, but is actually not, is from frequencies. They've all got these frequencies. Now, when I was young, my family used to live next to a pony club. As a child, I had too much energy, so I'd go out and I'd run around, jump over the horse jumps and just wear myself out, and then I'd be okay. But I noticed one thing which really stuck in my mind, one memory where there was this wooden fence, and it was strong, very strong. It was a solid wooden fence. And I found that if I could tap it at a certain rate, I could make it swing like this. And I'm thinking, gosh, I'm not putting much strength into it, but I'm making the whole fence sway like this. I mean, I wouldn't have been making many friends, especially the person that made the fence. But as a child, this drew me towards what is now known as resonance. Now, we're talking today, Kimberly, and we're having a chat. If I was talking Chinese, you wouldn't understand me. But because we speak a common language, there's this resonance between us. And also the fact that we have a common goal of helping other people, right? We do. We are giving people. And so we resonate as people. Again, that's just frequencies, the magic of frequencies. Now, there's a trick. I've said how everything has its own natural frequency, its resonance. If you apply the resonance, just like I did with a fence, if I had kept on going, that fence would have broken. There would have been too much energy, it would have bent over too far and crashed. Of course, I'd have run away and, said, no, it's not me, but that's all beside the point. But that would have happened. The same thing can be done with all these bugs in your body, basically. You apply the frequencies, the natural frequencies of the bugs, and you keep on applying them until the bug says, no, that's enough, game over, and they're gone. So yes, you can target bad things in your body. You can target good things too, because your organs all naturally resonate at their own frequency. It's like our heartbeats. Our body has got several frequencies, natural frequencies that you need for good health. They sent some astronauts up into space in the early days, and they came back sick. And they thought, why is this? Why? It's a perfect environment. They got, okay, it's space food, but it's got all the nutrients, even if it hasn't got the taste. It's got the sunlight because they've got the lamps in the spacecraft. What is it that they're lacking? What they were lacking was the heartbeat of the Earth. The Earth has got a heartbeat. And when since we were evolving from single-celled animals, we were exposed to this natural Earth heartbeat, which is good. We don't even think about it. But as soon as we are away from the Earth's heartbeat, our health declines rapidly. So they invented some machines that produced the Earth's heartbeat. And it was, at that time, was a machine, a smallish machine that they used to carry with them when they were inside the craft. And they came back healthy. Well, not so bad. They still got their dose of radiation, but they weren't so unhealthy. And there was less bone mass loss as well. So it's frequencies you can't avoid. Some are good, some are bad. EMF frequencies generally are bad, as you know, because they can cause cancer, especially over a prolonged period of time. But some are essential for life. Now, I was talking about bugs before. Now, this is a 50s and over channel, and I definitely qualify for that. So, yes, I have my friends coming down with their aches and pains, and I ask them, what's the matter? Oh, I'm just getting older. Oh, that's getting older. It's expected, right? When you get older, your joints tighten up and your lubrication gets less and everything. It's part of getting older. It can't be avoided. But here's the thing. It can and should be avoided. And there's several ways you can do so. But what it basically boils down to is your biome, or what has become your biome, is basically turning against you. Not all of it, just some of the small guys inside your body, the freeloaders that really should be gone. They start causing trouble when you get older, when your immune system gets a little bit less aggressive towards these pathogens, more of them appear, and then your health declines. I see it so often. I go back, okay, I live in China. It's paradise. I go to New Zealand once, maybe twice a year. So I don't see my family members or my friends very often. When I do, I look at them and I think, gosh, I shouldn't say my family. I should say these anonymous people that I know. They look older. They've really, it's like a step down, because I don't see them every day. I notice this. And yeah, I think, gosh, they really should be carrying a halo. Yeah, okay, halos. Why do I love halos so much? Why am I always carrying one around? I didn't bring this specially for the presentation, Kimberly. It's mine. I'll let you a little secret now. I'll share this with the audience, but don't tell anyone, okay? This is the program I always run. I don't know if it reverses the words on your screen.
Young body.
Young body. Now, young body.
I wonder if I have that. I wonder if I put that on.
Oh,
I don't think I
really
do it.
You should. Now, young body just puts a pause on your aging process. It means how you are is how you'll be. It puts out the frequencies that your body needs to produce healthy proteins, express proteins through your DNA, and keep other things at bay. It's like a all-in-one.
Mm-hmm.
As we age, we get wrinkles, right? Well, I've been developing this for about 8 years, I guess. Using it, about 6 years I've been using it. Non-stop using it, maybe 1.5 years. The thing is this, Kimberly, I haven't got many wrinkles. And when I go home and I see my brothers and sisters and people who share my DNA, I see a big difference. I don't have less wrinkles because I use a really cool face skin product or anything like this. I get my body younger from the inside out. So it's not like patching up something that needs to be patched up, because I'm repairing it.
Yeah. Okay, let me jump in right here and ask you a couple of questions, like just practical questions that those who are not down the road with the frequencies, I realize everything's frequency. I'm a frequency, you're a frequency. And I tell my viewers, I say, we're like a fingerprint. There is no frequency set exactly like yours. And one of the things I've done is I say, okay, close your eyes and imagine someone you love has just walked into the room. How do you feel? That person walking into a room, even if you can't see them, if you just imagine them, they feel a certain way. What you're connecting in is their frequency set.
That's a good one.
What I want to ask you, John, is, I think you can load 30 programs onto a unit and you can switch them out, but it'll hold up to 30. And I was adding the programs. What I was wondering is, how do you determine the frequency of, let's say, young body? Like, how do you capture that frequency in order to be able to program it into a unit like this? Does that question make sense?
Absolutely. Now, I made a promise not to get technical.
Just a little bit.
No, I'll see if I can avoid it completely. Young body. Let's say you are a plant. Oh, no, that's not a good. Well, okay, yes, we can continue with this one. You are a plant growing. You need some things in order to be healthy. You need sunlight, you need water, you need nutrients, and of course you need love. If you're lacking in any of things, then you will age quickly. What young body does is supply all these things that your body needs, so your body can function how it was designed to function. Maybe a little bit technical. I'll get a little bit technical.
Okay.
As we get older, most people are familiar with the term DNA, which is inside our cells. It's a good thing to have it public knowledge because it's so important, that the thought of DNA and how different people have got different DNA. The DNA over our lifetime, it splits up, it divides, and creates proteins. Now, every time your DNA divides, it loses just a little bit at the end. Just a little bit at the end. Now, this is at the end of all of our DNAs is what they call like a junk DNA. I won't use the proper word. It's like a junk DNA, and that's our packing. We can lose all of it, not suffer from any problems as a result, because it doesn't do anything. It's just like, just nothing. But let's say you're reaching 80, 90, that the end, that packing is getting very thin because you've had a lot of divides in your lifetime. As soon as it's gone, that's when the serious stuff happens, because you succumb to cancers. In fact, cancer is a very common thing due to the shortening of that part, because then you get changes in your DNA. Your DNA starts becoming shorter and damaged and doesn't create the right sort of proteins. And then your body then goes downhill. Okay, what AHA Halo does is lengthen the DNA a little bit at the ends, just at the ends. And so you've got this buffer zone again. And so you can extend, you can put a few more years onto the end of your life, because your valuable DNA is not going to become damaged. So that's really how most of the programs work, in a similar way to this, where things that happen on a molecular level that are not so good, Halo reverses that. So it's not going to patch you up, it's going to fix you up. So when you wake up in the mirror and wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, it doesn't give you a fright, because that's your natural radiance. You will find, if you run Young Body, that you start glowing. Turn the light off. It is off. But it's true. It actually is true. It's not just for looking young. It's being young. That means having the energy of youth, the sleep patterns of youth, everything, the whole shebang is within the Young Body. It's the largest, most comprehensive body that's kept on Halo, Young Body.
Okay, I'm putting that on mine as soon as we get done here.
Just load the program on, turn it on, and just carry it in your purse, or just have it near you, and just forget about it. It's all you need. There are programs for doing this and that also in the databases. A lot of programs, even Love. What you'll find is Young Body encompasses everything, just by putting a pause on your aging and slowly just stepping it back a few notches. So, so you start looking like you're in your 40s, the roaring 40s.
I was talking to a girlfriend. I said, I've started this new thing where I keep telling my body that it's 50 years old, which is 20 years ago, And she said, well, why are you saying 50? Why don't you just say 30? And I was like, oh, yeah. Might as well just say 30. So I'm going to ask you, John, I know that you've been in this field for a long time. And do you call it scalar energy or frequency energy? First of all, what do you call it? And second, I know that you are the developer of the Spooky 2, which is legendary. How did the AHA come about as a result of your work on the Spooky 2? The Spooky 2 is a larger device.
Yes.
It's spindier. That's the cool thing about the AHA Halo, is people who have heard about like the Rife machines, the BCX, the Spooky 2, but it just wasn't affordable. This is the first one I've seen that's not only affordable, but it's so portable. And I'm telling you what, ladies, the battery lasts so dang long. You can just charge it, overnight, and you can charge it, while you're sleeping and put it on a program, and it'll just go and go and go. So good job on that. But how does this differ from the spooky too.
Okay. Two questions. First of all, with regards to frequencies, my formal training was as an electronics engineer, as an electrical engineer, which is heavy industrial. And my whole, the first, few years of my life, we're dealing with frequencies because we have frequencies even in the mains power for devices, for machines. They all are frequencies too. So I'm very familiar with frequencies. As I was standing in the hospital looking at my grandfather, not knowing that was the last time I'd see him, and he looked healthy at that time, I felt powerless when he did die. And he died from taking an anti-inflammatory medicine, which thinned his blood. But I just felt powerless because I had nothing to offer him. And it was a horrible feeling. And so I now use frequencies for healing. I work in the language of the body. I use different ways of sending frequencies. Frequencies can be sent through audio, through direct contact, which is a buzz, through scalar. And scalar is what Halo uses. Now, you asked me what brought me to Halo. Well, spooky is a very, very all-encompassing healing package. It can do a lot of things, but it's complicated. It is complicated. Actually, illnesses are complicated, but for the person using a device, you don't want to have to learn rocket science to heal yourself. And when you're sick, often your mind is not focused. You're just worn out. You've been through the system, and you're spent. And you don't want to sit down and read, a 200-page manual on explaining this and that. You just want to get better. And then maybe when you're better, you might read it, but more than likely not. So that really was why I produced a line called MirrorMate, which is I'm coming to Halo in a moment, MirrorMate. And I made a contact device that was portable. It looks very similar to this, actually. And that was a very popular product because you can connect TENS pads to your body and wear it during the day, and people wouldn't notice, unless you're wearing short sleeves, that you have got TENS pads. And that was great. And then I decided, well, we'll make a new version, a better one. So we started designing a better one, and I tried this and that. And then I had an aha moment. You know how sometimes an idea just suddenly pops in your head at random, and you don't know where it came from. What I've learned in my still short life, I'm still starting my life, is don't ignore them. Listen to them and check it out. And so I did. It went against pretty much everything that I had learned in university, in formal training. But hey, it's easy to try. Give it a go. What I was doing was converting the contact mode to scalar. And I was preparing myself mentally for failure. I was thinking, well, I'm not going to get too upset. I expected failure, and it's only like 2 days wasted in redesigning the driving circuitry and everything. But what happened was something totally bizarre. It actually outperformed by a country mile the contact device.
Wow.
So I thought, hey, this is really incredible. Something that's more effective than contact mode. I thought contact mode was pretty much a powerful way of applying frequencies. I couldn't think of much better than that, apart from plasma, but that's another story. And so, okay, let's refine it. So I refined it, got it better and better and better. Then I thought, well, no, okay, we've gone so far down this track. I'm going to put everything into it. My heart and soul, put everything into this one. And I did. It looks like a small, simple device, but inside here is a very powerful computer. The technical things, I'll try and keep the technical things down, but yes, it can hold 30 programs. It can hold 10,000 frequencies in each of those 30 programs, which is perfect for delivering these healing programs that have got many different frequencies, like a tune, someone playing a piano, like that. And it's all necessary. So, yeah, I decided do everything, do the best, do the absolute best I can. Well, this has been out for, I don't know, about a year and a half, something like that. Still now, I can't improve on it. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, it ticks all the boxes. It's very simple to use. You don't need, apart from loading your programs in, that's the last you need to see your computer. You can just do everything on this thing here. Just click up and down, choose which one of these 30 healing programs. Is it going to be Young Body today, or is it going to be Love today? Or Good Luck. There's a Good Luck one as well. And then you run it. And then you experience the wonders of these healing frequencies. So in a way, it kind of came about through a mistake, but it certainly came from an aha moment, which is why it's called aha.
I heard that. That's such a lovely, yeah.
And it's called halo because it gives the halo of healing around you, and in your case, the halo of love. Actually, I can see the light streaming in. It looks like you must have your halo on at the moment. I see the love pouring in.
The universe is shining on me. So here's a question from Diane. She says, we all have frequencies, but when I use halo, does the result impact different frequencies differently? So because we're each a different frequency set, does the frequency from the halo impact everyone differently?
No. The programs in halo are all-encompassing. So if you're having good luck, and I would have some good luck too, it would work with me. So it doesn't work quite like that. If I was working on your DNA sequence, certainly. But let's say if it's a program for a health issue, which is caused by a pathogen, the pathogens share the same DNA sequence and genomic pattern. And so I can target those pathogens and leave other healthy, good microorganisms in your body, like your microbiome, your gut biome, healthy. It doesn't touch them. What I have found is the programs in Halo are very targeted, more so possibly than contact mode. In fact, I'd say almost certainly. Whereas, let's say if you target a certain condition, if you don't see any results, it means that you haven't addressed the causing agent for that condition. Let's say you've got poor hearing. It might be through nerve damage. It could be through excessive noise when you're a teenager. It could be a multitude of things. You can run a generic hearing loss program and not find any good results because you're not targeting the true problem. And the true problem is nerve damage. So maybe if you ran a nerve regeneration program, and we've had this, where people have found no luck with their general hearing program, but they do a nerve regeneration and wow, they can dial down their hearing aid. In fact, we had this beautiful lady. She is quite deaf and she has to wind up her hearing aid quite up, like 9. And she was doing her daily activities and her husband said something. She turned to him and said, "You don't have to shout." Okay, no, well, he wasn't shouting. I'm not shouting, dear. Oh, and what's that noise? You got the fan going. She never hears the overhead fan when she's cooking, and she could hear that. So, wow, the penny drops. So she's now running at 5, and it could drop even further. She's running the nerve regeneration, not the hearing loss. But other people are different. Like tinnitus, the ringing in your ears. The tinnitus program, is it blood pressure that it should address? Again, nerve damage, or a multitude of other things, high blood pressure. All these things can cause tinnitus. So you've got to find what the cause is. But with Halo, it's free to try. You can try one program. No, that doesn't work. That one, no. Oh, wow. And you find that the cause is nerve damage, as an example. And that's the one that hits it hard. And so, yeah, it's the frequencies aren't tailored different for different people. It's not like gene therapy, genome splicing or anything like that. No. It's but they are most certainly targeted for the pathogens.
Yeah. Let's kind of go on a broader look now and talk about the future of medicine, which I think is going to be frequencies. It's absolutely going to be frequencies. Can you talk about, because this is what you do, and you talk with other people and you and people around the world are developing these programs or technologies that are going to far surpass anything that we've had, at least in Western medicine. I know you live in the East, I'm in the West, but Western medicine, it's take a pill, have a surgery, take a drug, that sort of thing. Where do you think frequency is going to go in medicine as we move forward?
The answer to that is people, not the devices. 100 years ago, cancer was cured. 100 years ago. In fact, pretty much to the day. Bit depressing, isn't it? And now we have these, pink ribbon days, and goodness knows where that money goes. But the thing is, we knew 100 years ago, but then some people stepped in and changed the landscape of healthcare. And now it's been, 4 or 5 generations, and it's been lost. That knowledge is no longer mainstream. Now, I've noticed a change since. Now, I am allowed to say the pandemic because everyone is saying this in the news, but there was a pandemic, a problem that was, it's 6 years. Wow, it's such a long time ago, and that was a pivoting point for humanity. It was a terrible thing that happened, and a lot of people suffered. A lot of people died. That was a pivot point. Now I see, Kimberly, people becoming more questioning. They're looking further than where they looked before. They're not taking someone as a know-all kind of person just because he wears white. And so, yeah, I'm finding that more and more people are listening to what I have to say, and they're thinking, well, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And instead of just discarding this as quack type stuff, yeah, I'll check it out. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a registered medical professional, but I've got behind me a test pool, if you like to think of it clinically, of maybe 100,000 people who use my devices. I get feedback all the time.
Yeah.
And I act immediately on the feedback because I don't want people to be sick. So I want the best. If I see any way of improving a program, a device, anything, I do it. And I don't go to a boardroom meeting and say, well, this is going to cut into our profits and we're not going to make so much in this quarter. Well, I don't talk quarters, I talk lifetimes.
Oh gosh, how did we even get here?
Yeah. Well, yeah. As I say, I make a terrible salesperson because I don't focus too much on the device. I focus on the people. My goal in life is not to sell any devices, because that means everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
If everyone's healthy, why do they need us? They don't need us. That would be bliss. That would be wonderful. Unfortunately, people do need some kind of help, so we provide that. But I honestly, sometimes, we have, our company does have a marketing department. Sometimes I think, no, don't say that. Well, it's how it is, and how it is, and how it should be, and it is how it is. And you'll notice, you might pass a comment that our products aren't expensive. Well, the reason is our focus is on people, not on margins. The profit we make goes bang into charity, or releasing live animals, or doing something which is for humanity. Collectively, it doesn't matter what nationality you are, or even political beliefs. We are all in this together. This is our world. We've changed it. We've molded it. This is our world. This is our nest. We've got to live in it. So let's make it a good place. And so this is, and all our company, I guess it starts from the top. If I was a rat bag, although all the staff were rat bags as well, but honestly, everyone in our company has got a golden heart. Really super nice people. Like yesterday, I was talking with Penny, and we finished chatting. She says, "I love you," like this. Oh, thanks. And that made my day. Oh, wow. Yeah, I love you too, Penny. You're not too bad. Everyone in our company is really, really nice. And it's a bit of a shame, because people in Western countries think of China as like sweatshops. And I mean, maybe there are, I don't know, but I haven't seen them. And certainly our company is the opposite, the polar opposite to that. People come to our office early in the morning and they stay until close to midnight, not because we've burdened them with work, but it's because they know that someone needs their help. That's it. They too are customer focused. So it's from the top and it's all the way down. We're not such bad people. And we do things, we have training courses for people, and we don't get money from them, but we release videos for people that have, having problems with our devices or any devices, and want to know what kind of frequencies to use and everything, the whole lot, just getting well. And so we hold training courses and make videos and do all this, as well as we have every 2 weeks we hold meditation classes, and that's everything, just wanting to raise humanity so that we're not focused on self. My inner belief is there is no self. There's only an us. So how I treat everybody is directly reflecting on me. But even the things I do is not for me, because there is no self. It's kind of a vicious circle here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my mindset is to make people well. Your viewers here, maybe a lot of them have got aches and pains because they'll be getting on in age. They don't have to. They don't have to. I'll wake up, I bounce onto the floor, and I'm off. I'm out. I was up at 5:30 this morning. I mean, I would have liked to have slept until 6:30, but because I had a late night, I've got a friend in Germany that I was chatting to until quite late at night. But yeah, I've got the energy I've got as much energy now as I had in my teens. Okay, Halo's really helped. It's helped by taking things back a notch, just making things so that my body's healthier. Even my attitude is better, I think, now than before. Now, okay, I mean, that comes with age as well, where with wisdom, you realize you're not going to change something or someone. So why waste time trying? If they want to come and learn something, the universe has nudged them in your direction, and then it becomes easy. But yeah, life's not worth sweating the small stuff.
Yeah.
And the big stuff, yes, with your health and things, they can all be addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
also with something like this, it's only like a one-off purchase.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So here's a question I have for you, because if I was thinking about this,
mm,
I don't think I have Young Body on mine, but I'll tell you what, it's going to
it's
be
a
on here as
travesty.
soon as we.
Yeah. Yeah, it
But
is.
there's things like lymphatic cleaning, heavy metal,
Mm.
glowing, collagen. Oh, Young Body, I do have it. All right, so here's my question to you. If someone did not, let's say they did not have a specific issue, but they just wanted to feel better, where would you recommend they start? Would it
Oh,
be with,
Young Body. I'm getting quite boring. I'm getting boring and repetitive. No, Young Body, honestly, because it does everything, even your emotions. It just raises you up. It's really like, why did we bother with these other programs, really? Oh, this is my view,
I just
okay?
started it. I'm gonna look younger in about 5 minutes.
You'll have to reintroduce yourself.
Right. Okay, so my understanding, John, is it's got like a 3-foot radius.
Mm.
Is that correct?
Yes, it's further than that, but 3 foot for the effective radius, and it sort of diminishes after 3 feet, yes.
Now, I suppose if there was a long program on this, like a few hour program, could you just put it next to you and go to sleep?
Oh, yeah, yeah. A person who shall remain nameless because she's my wife. Oh, sorry.
Whoops.
Yeah, oops. She loves deep sleep too. That's her favorite one. And she works extremely hard. Well, she has to, and she has to put up with a lot. I mean, look at her husband. So she runs deep sleep too, and that's the thing that gets her through the night. So everyone ends up with their favorites. Generally, it's Young Body that's a favorite, but there's Acne, which is also a favorite amongst people. What you will have noticed, actually, Kimberly, is that with a lot of our programs, there's a P after them. In fact, there's a division in the software. You can see normal programs, and then there's
Oh,
P programs,
for the peptides.
peptides.
Yeah, let's
Now,
talk about that.
well, I mean, maybe I'm a thief. I ride on the coattails of geniuses, but I don't claim really to have done much. I advance what they have done. In the 1980s, and yes, clever people have lived in the past, this physicist found that you can simulate proteins and peptides through audio. So he was using loudspeakers. He used it for horticulture, where his plants he'd run frequencies to prevent fungus diseases and to encourage root growth. And still today, his devices, solar powered, would you believe, are playing these symphonies to these vineyards in France. And those vineyards are so healthy. It's something like 30% faster growing, and the taste is far sweeter than other vineyards that haven't cottoned on why this is happening. So it's a real thing. Now, what the audio is doing is using frequencies to change the way that proteins are being expressed. Now, what I have done is expanded that to mammals, pets, us, using a different set of algorithms. But again, I wouldn't be able to do it if I hadn't had him start it. Okay, what I did was refine, bring it back into back to 2026 standards. Actually, it's December 2025. I've been working on these programs, frequency sets for a long time, but I hadn't released any. In December 2025, I released it to the world, including the paper on how I derived them. And it exploded. The frequencies were immediately used by spooky people because you had to have a degree to run them. someone worked out how to. Brian Yamamoto, he's a chappie in California, super smart guy. He converted my programs to presets, and so people could then run a preset, and it made things much easier. And I use the same programs for Halo. So you just choose the program with a P and run. What it does, it manipulates your body in the right way. And scalar is our natural cellular communication. Cells talk to each other through scalar, which is why our DNA is twisted, but that's another story. So December last year, I released it. Now I've got 1,700, getting on to 1,800 programs written and counting, where people write in saying, John, can I write a program specifically for this? And I do, because that's what I do. I help people. And then I get the best of the best and put them into Halo.
Okay.
So Halo is the easiest way to apply something which is actually exceedingly complicated.
That's fascinating. So you're generating peptides through frequency.
Yes.
That's remarkable.
It is. Now, so we're 4 or 5 months now it's been out, and already it's been old hat. Already I've started going into gene splicing and other ways of applying frequencies using RRM, which is too complicated and doesn't belong in this interview.
Getting way over. Okay, so there's a question from MB Miller, 1956. Yes. Hey, that was a good year. That's my year too, girl. Can you describe how this device differs from tuning forks? We're big fans of tuning forks on my channel.
Yes.
So how, I realize tuning forks are a frequency of their own. How does the Halo differ from a tuning fork?
Okay. Well, first of all, tuning forks are amazing. They really are amazing. They have been around for a long time, and that really got people aligned with the thought of frequencies and healing. So tuning forks are great. The problem with tuning forks is they are one frequency, whereas Halo is 4 frequencies a second, and it could be many different frequencies. So you'd be having to have a large collection of tuning forks in very swift hands to do what Halo does.
Okay.
Tuning forks also work from sound, but you and I both know you put the stem onto your body and then you get the vibrations through your body. But again, it's pretty much sound or percussion, whereas scalar you can't see, you can't hear. It's like an invisible field. And so the way the frequencies are being applied is different as well. So, tuning forks are great. I can't think of anything to say negative about tuning forks, and they look beautiful. A lot of them, they make them into like works of art.
Yeah. I have a set over there. I love them. There's something
and the batteries never go flat.
Pardon?
The batteries never go flat.
No, and I'll just go like this during the day, a few times. It just, it feels good.
Absolutely. Well, that's a healing energy of frequencies. Frequencies are great. So really, when you're saying how Halo differs from tuning forks, they really share more than differ in what they do. When you're doing proteins, though, this is when sequences are important, durations are important, everything is important in the way that the audio is created. So it's like a musical symphony coming from Halo. Now the tuning fork would do a single tone within the same symphony, but it wouldn't do all the other tones or the timing. Mm-hmm. So that's really the difference between the two.
Yeah. That was beautifully put. Thank you. And I understood it. That was great. All right. My next question is, this seems like such an absolute dandy device. I'm running young body right now. And I think I'll be running young body for days to come for quite a while.
I run mine nonstop. I never
Do you?
turn it off. Yes, even when I'm sleeping, I plug it in and it charges while it's running. The same program. It's got a loop counter. Oh, okay, it's gone round the clock. It's gone back to 33. So it's run it's something like 40 minutes, 33 times, and then it'll count to 99. Then I'll go back to 0 and 1 again.
Okay. Yeah. I love this. So where do you go from here? This is like the perfect device. Are you
I
working on
know.
something new or?
Yes, of course we are. I'm working. Well, now that I know that scalar is the future, scalar really is the way that we should be going. Let's think. 1, 2, 3 devices coming up. Of the 3 devices, 2 of them are scalar. And I'm focusing on ease of use because I'm fed up with people complaining to me. And also I'm fed up with a system that's complicated. Now I want things simple and keep the complicated stuff under the hood. I mean, who knows every detail of how your car works, the wiring? Does your car have a computer? What's its program? What's its program code? It's so irrelevant. What we do is we hop in the car and we drive it. Well, shouldn't other healing devices be like that? So now this is where my focus is. And also because, Kimberly, people that are unwell are often elderly or just sick and not able to focus with their mind. This term brain fog, it really deeply saddens me, where people just can't maintain focus for too long because it's too difficult, too much of an overload for their brains. Well, we've got programs for that. But a lot of people, before they've used a device, they don't want to be reading a manual. They don't want to learn. They just want to get better. So this device, a bugbear of mine is that you're not allowed to bring devices into a hospital. So if you've got a loved one that really needs help and they're not really getting the right kind of help where they are in bed lying down and suffering, you can slip this under their pillow. I mean, they know about it. Just slip it under their pillow. I mean, the doctor will say, "What's this?" "Oh, it's just a Walkman."
Little music.
A step counter. Yeah.
Wonderful. I don't think you should go into the hospital to begin with. That's where all the sick people are.
It is. And more often than not, you leave hospital worse than where you came because you got one thing cut out and you've got another complication from that operation, and also being surrounded by people that are sick.
Well, they made you into a good patient, and that's a good patient is good for the bottom line. That's how it works. Well, This is fascinating, John. I appreciate it. I'm so glad you told me about the younger body. Let me just share with you guys a few things if you're interested in learning more about this. One of the things I love is that it's all contained here. You just charge it every now and again. It holds a charge for so long, and everything just happens right here. If you do want to change out the programs, you just turn it on, plug it into your computer, pull up the program on your computer, and you can change out different programs. And it's super easy. What John says about it being not fussy is true, because I don't do fussy. I don't like fussy. I've gotten to that age where it's like, I just don't even want to deal with another user manual. Yeah. So it's really nice and compact. So I just can't say enough about it. You know what I would like, and you can think about this as you move forward, this might be 10 or 12 years off, but wouldn't it be cool if this could read your frequency system and project it like onto the wall, so you could see your frequency system and you could see little areas that were fuzzy or not clear or crisp or...
Oh, you're terrible. Oh, I hate you. You've now planted a seed of thought. You know what happens now, don't you? I'm going to...
Well, wouldn't that be neat? Because then you
Oh,
could see, oh, there's a little fuzzy up there. There's a little, and
yeah. Yeah.
I didn't come up with that.
Hmm.
Actually, Penny Kelly had a vision into the future, and she saw these bathrooms in the future where you stand in front of this mirror and your frequency system is in the mirror, and you can see where everything is and how everything's functioning. Isn't that a cool idea?
It is cool. There's Kirlian photography where we all have an aura. And I was surprised because about 6 months ago, I read a newspaper article. Amazing! Scientists have discovered that we actually emit light. Yes, guys. Yes. Thanks for catching up. Where have you been for the last 1,000 years?
Yeah.
That is our aura. What else are you going to discover? And so what you're saying probably is an extension of that, where you can see your own frequency and energy shape in the mirror.
Yeah. Well, I had watched some interviews that you did with other people, and I seem to recall that you are able to see auras. Is
I
that
can.
true?
And
And is it
I
something
mean,
you always had, or is it something that came along later as you?
I always feel uncomfortable when we talk about me. I
But
thought
it's fascinating.
I thought everyone could see it, so I never
You
thought
didn't.
anything of
Yeah.
it. And I see, well, again, just between you and me, I see spirits as well. But it's something which is like, if you go outside and you always see flowers, you're not going to say, "Hey guys, can you see that flower?" It's like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not. It's not something to boast about. It's just something which is
Well, isn't
very
that
unknown.
it's really just a science issue in that you just have a broader range of visual acuity. Isn't that it?
I think so. I think you're right, because I tell you what, when I was a child, very young child, I could always know where someone is, even through walls. I knew what they were doing and things like this. And that was for me normal. And it was, I found I was surprised when someone else was surprised when I said this. I was in a tree house and I said to my friend, "Angela's just outside there." And she was hiding behind the wall. I could see her. And that was normal for me. But since going through formal training, high school and university, it beats it out of you. No,
It
really.
it
And so I'm now finding myself, I don't think I'm anywhere near as good as what I was, retraining myself and trying not to think so clinical. I am a scientist, but you've got to let go of things in order. You've got to let go of one rung before you hold on to another.
Mhm.
And of course, when you're going through formal training, you've got to focus on things you're taught and block everything else out. And I think slowly it's dwindled away. It's this natural ability became less and less. And so now, yes, I'm older and wiser, and I think, well, I'll just relax myself and let things happen and just observe. No judgment, no questioning. How is it possible I can see things? I don't question it. It just is what it is. So it's not a gift. It's not. Don't think I'm magical. And I don't know which interview you're watching, because I really don't tell people about this. But
Yeah. Well, I think it's fascinating because the light spectrum is huge, but what we can perceive with these eyes is pretty small.
that's right.
So it's just good just to be aware that there's a whole lot going on that's outside of our range. It's almost like denying, let's say you're looking forward and there's something going on over here. I'll keep my hand like over here. And someone says, "Oh, that can't be true because I can't see it."
Mm.
Well, when you're only
That's
looking
right.
forward, of course you're not
That's
going to
right.
see it,
That's right.
but
It is. That's right. And science is so validating and validated that it's hard to argue. But the thing is, let's say we are aware of light, we're aware of sound. But what if there is something that our senses can't even perceive? So you can't even think of making a device that measures that, because we can't see it, measure it, taste it, touch it, anything. Actually, and that brings us again to scalar. Scalar is all those. You can't do anything. Then, if scalar is not there, how can scalar light a lamp 2 kilometers away without using wires? Well, we get back to you, said the scientists.
Yeah.
I got no idea.
I
And
love all this. It's fascinating.
yeah,
Not that I could ever do it, but it fascinates me because I think that this is more the truth of the nature of this reality system we're in than perhaps what we were told as we were, being educated in the public school systems.
absolutely. You think about an ant. You look down, you see an ant walking around. That ant cannot see you. This is why it doesn't see you and run away. It just carries on its task. It literally cannot see you. Well, we are ants. We literally cannot see so much.
Yeah. Well, and I think that that's a good lesson to broaden our perceptions, to practice those subtle energies that you can sense a little bit, but if you start focusing on them, that ability to understand them really grows.
I think also, if you focus too much on any natural ability, then that will wane. I think you just have to just let things be as they be and simply observe.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you start drilling down, then your logical mind steps in, and then it's
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen miracles alone because other people couldn't see them, and no, I don't do drugs or anything, but I've seen miracles which have changed my outlook in life in so many ways,
Mm-hmm.
in ways I can't describe through words. Real miracles, and one in particular, which I can't even find the words, but it involved a sacred entity, we'll just say that. And it blew me away. It humbled me. And yeah. But I mean, it's not a special ability, and I'm blessed because I'm blessed with having supporting friends and family all around me, and friends all through the world, through what I do and just the way that I am. But this one time absolutely shook me. How insignificant one is, and how significant we all are. But I can't really talk specifics because I can't even start. Can't even start.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So there's one little question here. Any chance we'll be able to run programs from a phone instead of a laptop in the future? You don't need your laptop. That's just to change the programs
Yeah.
on and off.
Yeah, and that's right. So when you get your beautiful halo in the mail, you just go through and cherry pick the programs you want to run, and then you never need your laptop ever again.
Yeah.
Um,
I pulled mine up maybe twice in the time that I've had it, just to kind of see, what was available and that sort of thing. It really is so easy. I had one more question. I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh, wow. Maybe a little bubble up. And a little, oh, this is what I wanted to say, you guys. I have John and his team. And John, you're such a special soul. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. It's been such a joy to just spend time with you. They've been really generous and gave me a wonderful discount code on the AHA Halo for my viewers. And I forgot to put it in the description box down below, but I'm going to do that just as soon as we get done with the video. It's in last Sunday's video. It's in the description box under featured products. The link to the website is there and the discount is there. And
discount. This is the things they don't tell me.
These are all the things that you have the most efficient team. I'm telling you what, they're wonderful. So I will put it right below this video. Go over to the Aha Halo website and check it out. It's just a lot of great information there. And I actually cannot believe the price of this. If you look at other, like the BCX, the Rife machines, the Spooky 2, very, very complicated, which is not my cup of tea. Some people can do that and they do it beautifully. And I really, I'm appreciative that they do. And I've been doing them for decades. Now that we've got this and it's so easy to manage, and I do have a good discount, and I promise I'll put it in the description box. So it'll be down there in just a few minutes after we wrap up here. So John, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to say as we kind of close out today?
Well, I mean, we've talked about products, and we've talked about some technical things, but the most important thing that we have is love. If you have a love for humanity and love for the people you like and even those you don't like, and yes, it's hard, but if you do, the whole world becomes better. So what I like to say to people is just pass the love forwards. Don't expect love back. Just pass it forwards. Just keep on sending it out. And yes, it is true that it comes back your way, but don't do it for that reason. Make it your mission to spread the love today. Yeah. Let's make the world a better place.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to meet you, John. I hope we can do this again sometime in the future.
It's been wonderful to be on your show. I've watched some of your videos too. Yes, I am a stalker. And I was impressed with your practical guidelines for things. And yeah, you're like a beacon for a lot of people, giving advice and just saying things how they are. I really admired that in your videos.
I appreciate that. And thank you everyone so much for joining us. This has been a really special hour, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. John, thank you for all the wonderful work you do and just who you are on this planet. We certainly appreciate you, and it's been an absolute joy to spend this time with you. So thank you.
Joy's all mine. Thanks. Thank you very much. And thanks everyone.
All right, everyone. We'll see you this Sunday with a really fun video. All right. Take care. Bye now.
Bye-bye.